We got the Friday 4-pack coming your way at 11:30. So stay tuned. It's about 25 minutes from now. We just wrapped up our Top 5 Friday. That'll be up shortly. Probably already is, actually. At Jones and Keefe, our top 5 all-time favorite college football players.
There's so many, too. That's a tough list to put together.
It is.
And it's definitely, for the most part, it is like generational because we get a lot of text. So like we missed a lot of. Are you about to say this?
Well,
a lot of really, really good
like
calls.
People are like,
that
"Oh
we're too young
man,
for.
Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure that was awesome." We're too young for that.
Like Herschel Walker, Doug Flutie.
That's one that we got right.
Yeah,
Dion at Florida State. Like I'm sure the Boz. Like I'm sure all those guys were super cool. I don't remember any of
my
that.
reference point probably is like 93.
Yeah,
92, 93 season and then beyond.
Like that Florida State, Charlie Ward, 93, playing Notre Dame, like that.
You had such big, like, personality. I guess you still do today. It's just different when you look at it. But, like, thinking about Bobby Bowden and then, like, Steve Spurrier in those games. Then you had, like, Notre Dame with, like, Lou Holtz, Tom Osborne at Nebraska.
Yeah, we were just
U and, like, all those teams playing against each other. The bowl system was so stupid. Can you imagine if you had the playoff system then and, like, the matchups you really could have gotten?
Would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been great.
So I just looked. I couldn't remember. Stupid me. I'm like, how did Notre Dame not win the title that year? Because we went and looked up that game in '93, Florida State and Notre Dame, and Notre Dame won.
Ooh, shoot!
And so how did they not win? Notre Dame lost to BC the next week, and Florida State won on a vote, even though they lost head-to-head to Notre Dame. What just came in?
Bobby Boucher.
Damn it,
we screwed this up.
We did.
I should have had Joe Kane. I referenced Joe Kane yesterday. I
really did.
Kane on my list.
Yeah, this list we took this list too seriously.
Way too seriously. We'd like to do it over.
Yeah. I'd like to go back and redo it.
Son of a gun.
Eric is in Rhode Island, and we'll get into the wild card matchups, all of our picks.
Yep.
We will get into as well what the Patriots should be rooting for in this game. But Eric in Rhode Island, top 5 all-time college players. Go. What do you got?
Okay, I got at the University of North Carolina, I got Kelvin Bryant.
Okay.
Also at the University of North Carolina, I got LT.
Good one.
Yes.
He was good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was good. I did have Dion because I actually played against him.
Late entry. You'll hear that again at 12:45.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Drake May's father is my quarterback, Mark May. And I wanted to say something about him, too, as far as his IQ, because Mark is a Morehead scholar.
Oh.
Mark is a Morehead scholar. And so Drake comes from a great line of, smart quarterbacks. So, but, yeah, definitely Dion, and you got people like Carlton Bailey. Carlton Bailey was another one.
Okay,
he was on the fourth.
There's your fifth. All right, I was waiting for number 5, Eric. Good stuff.
Good. How about that?
Good
Played
background.
With Drake May's dad.
Played with Drake May's dad against Dion.
Morehead scholar.
Is that what he said?
I went to school with a guy, Bragg, who went to North Carolina. It's like
we
full ride.
Like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Morehead scholar. I guess that's like the thing they give away down there.
Oh, you went to?
I went to high school with a guy
with a Morehead scholar
that went to North Carolina, like free ride. Yeah.
Watch your profanity.
That sounds like a sweet.
He never left. He's like Van Wilder.
Man, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was an option.
Marshall Falk, good one. San Diego State, because that was like a small school.
Yep.
And you're like, that was like Troy Davis. Remember Troy Davis at Iowa State? You'd never see him play. The team sucked, but he would run for like 2,000 yards every year.
Who was the QB at Iowa State, though?
Oh, they later had...
they had like a fun QB.
They did. Yeah, who was that? Oh, now we're going down this road again. We're just forgetting
somebody texted Rich Keefe at Hobart. That's a good one.
Yeah. Andy Hart at Tufts. Jermaine Wiggins at Georgia.
Yeah,
Ted Johnson
was a miss.
Colorado.
What was that QB's name? I can't
At
remember.
Iowa State.
Yeah, they had like a fun. They did have like a fun quarterback there
you're
at
right.
one point. Who is, I couldn't tell you.
Could be anybody.
Yeah, it really could.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy.
Antoine Randall L was
a fun one.
He was
I thought about Randall L when we were putting the list together.
He was fun.
You said Vince Young yesterday, Nick. That was your guy.
Yeah, Vince Young and Ricky Williams.
That guy,
Vince Young and Ricky Williams are good ones. So somebody texted Randy Moss at Marshall.
Vince Young. Oh, come on.
Which I would say, his highlights are amazing, but when did you ever see him?
Never saw it.
You only saw the highlights when he was at the Heisman presentation. I was at Ryan Leaf, actually. Ryan Leaf I liked it. I was rooting for Leaf over Manning at the Heisman, then Charles Woodson beat him. So I'll beat all of those guys.
I remember reading about Randy Moss in Sports Illustrated. Brag.
Wow.
And then
That's not for kids?
He's a little guy. No, this was a big one.
For adults?
This is the big one.
Sports
I was just counting down the days.
Just have to color one of the pages.
I was just counting down the days till the swimsuit edition
When's
showed back
Tyra
up.
Banks coming back? Why isn't she on every cover? This is absurd.
But I remember reading about, did you ever watch one game of his at Marshall? Of course not. And then he was a Heisman finalist, and then he was great in the NFL.
Texter's right. Seneca Wallace is who you were
That
thinking
is
of.
100% who I was thinking of. Great call, text line. Seneca Wallace.
Good
Thank
pull
you.
there. Good
Nice
pull.
one.
Yeah.
Good NFL backup.
No, but you would see the same few highlights when Randy Moss caught the ball in the middle of the field, then hurdled that guy, and then sprinted to the end zone, and nobody was within 30 yards of him. Like, that was awesome, but they weren't on TV. Like, when did you never saw Marshall? They were still, weren't they 1AA still?
No. I think by the time Moss was there, they were 1A.
Maybe
but
it was like their first year.
They had made the jump from 1AA.
Yeah, but like, you just never saw them. Whereas like Florida State and like Notre Dame and teams like that were on TV every single weekend.
617-779-7937. So, Keefe, we made our picks yesterday.
We sure did.
They were exactly the same.
Our top 5 Friday had 2 of the same 5 guys. It's ridiculous. There's been like a million college football players. We had 2 of the same.
There's something to be said for organically discussing it on the air and not knowing what the other person's going to say when you get on the air.
Yeah,
And then there's something to be said for maybe we should talk it out a little bit. So it's not exactly the same thing once we get here. But okay, we've made our picks. You want to get Billy and Nick on the record here?
Oh yeah, who do you guys think are gonna? Well, do you want all the picks for them, or specifically the Bills Jaguars game? Which
let's get winners.
Give us winners, guys.
Just give us winners in each of these games. Ready, Billy? You first, then Nick. Who's winning, Rams or Carolina?
I'm going with the Rams.
Yep.
Okay, that sounds right.
Packers Bears.
Bears.
Samesies. Bills Jags.
Bills.
Niners Eagles.
Niners.
Ooh, different.
Okay, nice swerve. Pats Chargers.
Pats.
Texans Steelers.
Texans.
Okay, very similar but different.
But one difference.
All right,
Something's got to give. Nick. Rams Panthers.
Rams.
Packers Bears.
Packers.
Whoa! Curveball.
Bills Jags.
Jags.
Do it.
Okay,
Nice, Nick.
good.
Yeah, here we go, Nick. Good
Niners
job.
Eagles.
Niners.
Great job, Nick.
is all over the
Nick
place.
gets it. Nick understands.
Dare I even ask?
Yeah.
Pats Chargers.
Pats.
Oh, okay.
Nick gets the bit.
Texans Steelers.
Texans.
Okay.
Okay, wow. Good picks.
That's good stuff.
All right, we'll graphic. Terp, whatever your picks are, just add them to the graphic.
Terp, throw them on there. Throw them on the pile. Tweet them out.
I have these picks. If you weren't tracking them, Terp, I'll send them to
Yeah.
you. But we'll get another graphic up there with all our winners. We're all picking the Pats. What could go wrong there? Last time we did this, we all had the Red Sox against the Yankees.
How'd that go?
What was it again?
It sweeps.
Yeah, we did.
We also
we all had the Red Sox.
we
too.
also had the Ravens winning the Super Bowl. They didn't make the playoffs. So maybe we should stop doing this.
Actually, didn't both of your Super Bowl teams not make the playoffs?
Yeah,
Ravens, Bucks.
This is another thing we didn't discuss ahead of time. We both had Ravens and Bucks.
Oh yeah, that was
Ravens over Bucks.
That was the worst example of this. Who's your Super Bowl? What's your Super Bowl and who wins? Like Ravens Bucks. Like yeah, that's mine as well. Stupid.
The whole show picked the Ravens. They didn't make
Yeah.
the playoffs.
But again, nobody talked about it ahead of time.
No,
And then we were
we don't
on the
even,
air.
We don't,
Like,
even talk, we don't even talk unless we're on the air. Apparently, we don't talk about anything. And then all of a sudden, we get on the air. We all agree.
Talk about traders. The trader strategy. What do you do?
All right,
The
Nick,
new twist this season.
I appreciate Nick's picks the most. I
do too.
Yeah, that's.
That's good. We can keep track of this all playoffs.
And then if we're all right, we can all laugh at Nick.
oh, well,
and if he's right, we just never bring it up again.
Yeah.
It's easy. That's perfect. What should the Patriots be rooting for in Bills and Jags?
All right, I think they should be rooting for the Bills. And I heard some discussion this morning about it. There's both sides to this. I think they should root for the Bills because the Jaguars are the team that is sort of literally no one's talking about and is pretty good. Like they got a good defense. Trevor Lawrence is playing well. I don't fully trust him, but he has been playing well. And so if the Jaguars win, that would be the opponent. They would come into town. You don't have to worry about the Monday night game. They would just show up next week. I think you would rather play the winner of the Monday night game, Texans and Steelers.
And if the Bills win that, you're guaranteed to get the winner of that game.
You can't get the Bills. Mm-hmm. And then the Bills would go on to Denver. And great, let the best man win, right? One of those teams, I think both those teams are tough. There's different. You have the best player in the world, in my opinion, in Josh Allen, but it would be here. Or it would be a lesser quarterback, but on the road. So, like, the AFC Championship game, I hate to break it to you, is going to be tough. Like, you're not going to have a cakewalk all the way to the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Patriots with Brady used to sometimes,
No,
but
no, they did. That's a different story.
Not for this team. You're not going to have a cream puff AFC Championship.
But that's
matchup.
also like we've talked all year about how wide open the AFC is, and that means the Patriots could win the whole thing.
Yeah,
they could also lose Sunday. Like it's that wide open.
You could get a team here at home that you already beat. Now, in fairness, they came here and beat you too, but you already beat them at Buffalo. You were up big on them here. You could either have that or you're in Denver, which isn't ideal, but it's still Bo Nix and a team that has had trouble putting away a lot of bad teams.
Yeah, so I guess let me ask it this way. Neutral site.
Yep.
Who do they have a better chance of beating, the Bills or the Broncos?
Broncos.
Okay. So then you got to ask yourself, how much does home field
I mean,
weigh in.
maybe that's a crazy answer. They've already beaten the Bills, so maybe that's a crazy answer. But who do I feel better about? I feel better about beating Denver at a neutral site.
Okay, and so now when you factor in home versus road, like that should sway it a little bit. However, the Patriots are undefeated on the road. Like that's something.
They're road warriors.
The Legion of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
They are the Legion of Doom. So, like, there's also that factor where I know Denver has normally been a nightmare scenario, right? Even with Tom Brady and Belichick, going to Denver wasn't ideal. But maybe it's a different Denver team, and this team is they're a wagon on the road, so maybe there is that, and then the alternative is Josh Allen, right?
So I kind of think Wiggy big brained this whole discussion this morning, Keefe. Dare I say
he might have.
You heard this?
I did hear it. Yeah.
I got to be honest, this really didn't occur to me until Wiggy brought it up. And I was like, man, shame on me.
Yeah.
But I think Wiggy big brained the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's like, no. You want the Jaguars to win this game.
So then that'll be the divisional round opponent would be Jacksonville.
Then you get Jacksonville here.
Yep.
And then you want Houston to beat Pittsburgh and then knock off Denver. So then you're hosting the AFC title game against a team like Houston.
So yeah, Wiggy may have just exploded some minds there because now you're facing Trevor Lawrence and let's call it C.J. Stroud or, Aaron Rodgers if you think they can go into Denver. Probably not. So let's say Stroud.
Even Wiggy's like, I'm just saying what would be an ideal scenario, but that's not realistic.
But imagine
Houston that's somewhat realistic.
Imagine getting to the Super Bowl without having to leave Gillette nor having to face Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar, or Burrow. Like, who'd ever come up with that as a scenario? But that's definitely in play.
I kind of think Wiggy big brain the whole thing. Now, is that the most realistic? I would say no.
Yeah.
But
because that's the game, honestly.
What should you be rooting for? That.
Yeah, sure.
You should root for the Jags to take out Josh Allen and then root for the Pittsburgh and Houston winner, hopefully Houston, to go to Denver and knock them off. Yes.
Do you think Houston is a tougher opponent than Jacksonville? Where do you stand on that?
Maybe.
Because they both have good defenses.
I mean, I would lean yes on that. To answer that, not sit on the fence. I would lean yes. I would rather face Jacksonville than Houston. Shime's terrified of Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I'm starting to go that way too because I completely dismiss them, and they just keep winning games. Their defense.
I don't want to play that Houston defense. Jacksonville's a way better offense, but I don't want to play that Houston defense.
Wait, where did we rank Stroud and Lawrence? Or pretty similar, right?
Hang on, efforting.
Yeah, no, we came up with this list. I already forget what it was, but they were kind of similar, I guess. Even before you give me the answer.
Yep.
Because you're just talking about if it's a close game late, who would you feel better about this Patriots defense?
All right,
kind of
we had C.J. Stroud 1 spot ahead of Trevor Lawrence, 7 and 8.
All right, so I guess in that sense, we should be more worried about Houston.
I am. I mean, again, it's close.
Yeah.
But who would I rather avoid? I'd rather avoid Houston out of those two.
Yeah, but all right. I mean, but you might play
them back. I'd take playing them back to back in the divisional round and then the AFC title game. That'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I guess worst. So, all right, you asked best case scenario. Would worst case scenario be Houston?
Yeah.
And then either Buffalo or at Denver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is you get Houston in round 2.
Right.
And then the winner of Buffalo Denver, that's a very different path. That to me feels like kind of a nightmare path.
Well, horse nest.
Doesn't mean you couldn't emerge from it. But that, to me, would be a worst case scenario for the Pats compared to the best case. So what should they be rooting for? What are you rooting for this weekend? Beyond that Pats game, if you're starting to look at the pathway forward, Denver or Buffalo, who would you rather face in a potential AFC title game? And looking at second-round matchups, things like that, I would not want Houston here next round. I think the Pats would beat them. I'd pick them in that game. That doesn't mean I want to face that defense. 617-779-7937. More of your phone calls coming up. We got the Week in Review at 12:45, of course. Keys to Pats and Chargers at 1 o'clock. The Milkman, Milt Williams, going to join us in the 1 o'clock hour as well. And on the way next, right after Trending with Billy, it's time for the Friday 4-Pack.